Yeah, because you can't lie about emotions. Emotions transcend all culture and it's universal. Do you see how heat up and emotional crowds are getting? Because it's true emotions. It's not artificial, it's real. She went from tears of frustration to tears of joy. Do you see that evolution since the beginning of this episode? Because genuine, honest feelings transcend and is the most powerful medicine. True emotions heal. Hello friends, my name is Benoit Kim, a UPenn educated psychotherapist, and my mission is to provide education-based entertainment through digestible anime and psychology. In this episode, I'll break down emotional development and social learning, mirror neuron theory, that's an exciting one, the tension between duty and personal emotions, and much, much more. I know the question everyone is asking is, will I pronounce Freeren's name properly in the next episode? And will I cry again in this week's episode of Violet? Let's tune in.
民間の会社経営者だからな。だいぶ繁盛してるそうじゃないか。おかげさまで。
Oh, who is he talking to?
それも再び戦争が始まったらどうなるかな。
Is that foreshadowing or oh boy?
フレダリック帝国に率いられた北部同盟諸国の中には和平に納得できない勢力がいる。
I knew peace doesn't last long because of the infighting tribal nature of humans.
社長、では行ってまいります。
Man, the landscape in this universe is so beautiful.
今回のは大変な仕事だと思うけど。
What country's landscape is this show after? Is it Europe? Is it Vietnam? I mean, right here it's obviously Europe. Maybe London? Or Britain? That looked like a palace, so this must be royalty setting. Whoa, that's a castle. Princess Charlotte? Your Highness.
お客様がお望みならどこでも駆けつけます。自動式人形サービス。
Violet's got that down.
姫。姫。謁見があると先日お。
Oh, she's still sleeping.
何？代筆屋が来たの？
Oh, Princess Charlotte
お初に
sounds
お目
young.
にかかります。自動式人形サービス。バイオレット・エヴァーガーデンです。
Oh, she is young. Oh, she's super young.
隣国フリューゲルの王子ダミアン・バルドゥール・フリューゲルと婚姻する予定です。お前には公開恋文の代筆をしてもらいます。
We're 3 minutes in, and I'm immediately seeing similarities of Princess Charlotte's robotic. My name is Princess Charlotte. My job is to marry Prince Dominion, and I'm supposed to pen a letter. Do you see similarities between this autopilot, very emotionally disconnected and very automatic tonality and autotone or monotone of Princess Charlotte and Violet? So I think that's definitely foreshadowing of something for this episodes to come, since every episode in the beginning, it always foreshadows something, which makes the writing and the story arc and the character development of this show such a masterpiece. Again, shout out to everyone that recommended this show. Forever grateful, seriously. But since the get-go, we're seeing the similarities and the parallels between Princess Charlotte's seemingly emotional disconnection and this script that she's memorized, and Violet's process and her presentations so far. Very interesting to see how this episode goes. How old is Princess Charlotte in this show? Is she a young adult? Is she like late teens? Nice flower. That flower is definitely symbolic. In episode 4, I talked about historically women were used as political tools to marriage and combine the political, social, political, and economic powers and forces of different lords, different royalties, and different households. And here, case in point, she's a princess, your highness. She's very high up in the royalty chain. Of course, she's not she's not of a person of a common background. She's not a commoner. She's a royalty, a princess. Yet, nevertheless, princess here, I'm assuming, based on the script that she memorized, she is supposed to marry Prince Damien. What does that mean? Going back to what I said in the last episode, we shows up again in this episode that even if you're royalty, especially if you're royalty, you're nothing but more than a political tool to combine the forces of other powerful households. In this case, Prince Damien's royalty backgrounds. And that's probably why she's emotionally disconnected and not very enthused and excited. That's why, even though this was an important appointment to write that love letter, to make sure this political arranged marriage happens and comes to fruition, Princess Charlotte was asleep. She didn't care. She was half awake when they entered the chambers. She wasn't dressed up. She wasn't ready. If this really mattered to her, wouldn't she be ready? And the fact that she wasn't ready talks about the pressure of this political marriage on Princess Charlotte and how she really feels so far. But going to my point, historically, women were nothing but more than political tools in so many cases with arranged marriages, especially in royalty setting, just like Violet's upbringing was nothing but a tool for weaponry and wars and destruction. So many parallels in this show. Wow, even Princess Charlotte notices that Violet is like ChatGPT or a doll. Oh. Wait, what? Wait, in this so far in episode 5, or as soon as the war is over, Violet is only 14 years old. So 4 years ago when the war started, since the war lasted 4 years, she started as a killing machine as a 10-year-old. So she was gifted by Gilbert's brother as a tool, as a killing machine when she was 10 years old. She was a child. She's still a child, but she was literally a baby back then. But I'm so confused. So like, what is this whole I love you with this whole Major Gilbert's? So Major Gilbert's obviously an adult. To be a major, which is the ranks are like this. Since I'm a military background, you start with officer level 1, which is lieutenant, and then you become second lieutenant, which is O2, officer rank 2, O3, which is captain, and then O4, which is major. And people usually get to the rank of major unless you're a medical officer who immediately starts with a major rank, often than not. People are usually in their 30s or even older to become major. During wartime and battle time, it could be different because wartime necessitates higher ranking because they need the leaders, circumstances, and so on. But at minimum, Major Gilbert had to be in his late 20s or early 30s. So for Major Gilbert to say I love you as his final dying wish to Violet, who's only 14 years old, I really hope that's only family, like familiar love, like companion love, like a daughter, like a sister. I really hope there's no romantic love in that involved, because that's literally pedophilia. It's fucking pedophile shit, dude. I really hope that the show really defies all the tropes, because we all know a lot of Japanese anime have perversive themes, especially this obsession with like brother, sister, sibling love, have this perversive theme with like loving like pedophilia love. Like we all have seen many different animes in Japanese culture depict that. So I really hope that this show defies that trope and it's not this weird twisted romantic love between supposedly Gilbert, who's in his late 20s or 30s, doesn't matter. Even if he's early 20s, Gilbert is still grown as adults, and Violet is literally a middle school student, 14 years old. That's like 8th grader or early 9th grader. That's extremely twisted and that's literally illegal, right? So I really hope that's not the case. Oh, sorry, got a little bit heated there because I didn't know she was 14 years old. What?
お気遣いなく年齢に
But Princess Charlotte also looks very young here. You don't look that old either.
その年上の男性って何歳までありだと思う
Wait, Princess Charlotte is also 14?
見られるかと姫様は聞いておられます。
So she's also young? She's also 14?
しかし
This is my exact point. Arranged marriage that I talked about in last episode, politically for royalties, starts as young as 14, 13, 12, 11. It's very perversive and very, very twisted.
例の垣根はないのでは
They're children.
10も年
I know it's historical, I get it. But still, it's twisted.
ダミアン王子は24歳なのです。
What the f...
愛がなくても
What? Prince Damien is 24 years old. We're still a kid because I'm 32. So he's still like he's not a kid, okay? Right. He's a young adult. Prince Damien is a young adult, developmentally speaking. But I think Princess Charlotte just says she is of the same age and she was curious how other people in her age would feel. So Princess Charlotte is also 14 years old or give or take. Dude, 14 years old and 24 years old? Again, that's fucking pedophilia, dude. And I get it. This is historical. This is a fiction. Dude, Benoit, don't get so heated up about this fiction, right? Like, I get it. But my point is, going back to what I said earlier, political marriage for royalties and princesses historically is often this twisted. Because if you truly loved your kids as kids, would you marry your 14-year-old child away to a 24-year-old grown-ass adult? No, dude. That's my point. Women historically were often nothing but political tools, and it is absolutely heartbreaking. But I think question here is also very interesting. Princess Charlotte's asking, do you think it's possible for a 14-year-old to marry to a 24-year-old? And do you think this arranged marriage is feasible, even if there's no love? And I know I just paused before Violet's response, but I'm sure Violet is making connections and thinking back to her own age gap with herself and Major Gilbert, who I'm guessing is at least twice or even older. Twice as old or even older than Violet. And is it possible? Can romance be possible if there's no love? And I think Violet is contemplating right now.
どうなのということについて考えております
Oh, her eyes are sparkling.
現時点では十分な情報と理解が足りず返答できません
I know, a lifeless life. Nothing but a killing machine. I'm more worried as a senpai, as a senior. That's so true. Yeah, this is heartbreaking. I know. Princess Charlotte, you should be more worried about Violet. Trust me, all of us are gravely worried for Violet. Which is why I feel so heated.
ダミアン・バルドゥール・フリューゲル様、私がそのお名前を言葉にするだけでも、こうして文字として表すだけでも、心が震えると言ったらあなたはどう思うのでしょうか。私はこの花の都からあらゆる事柄にあなたを結びつけてため息を漏らす毎日なのです。例えば、それは夜空に浮かぶ月を見上げたとき、私は欠けた月をひらりと舞い落ちる花弁のようだと思います。そして次にこう考えるのです。あなたは同じものを見て何を思うのかしらと。指定通り月と花が入っていますね。
お前恋文うまいじゃないの
I mean, that was a very poetic, well-written letter, but it seems emotionless. There's no heartstrings, there's no emotional resonance. It's just very poetic and flowery writing. So it is a good letter. Shout out to Violet, you've come a long way. But did you guys feel the emotions? I didn't really feel the emotions.
物語であり、情熱の対象であるあなたについて 私は早く私のあなたに触れたいと
That must be Prince Damien's letter. Right there. Do you see that Violet was doing the chin thing? Because remember, Violet is struggling with emotional expressions, as we've all established, and she's come a really long way. But even in that quick glimpse, I think Violet is thinking, hold up, something is off. I don't quite feel this emotional expression she's felt from Lucella's letter a few episodes ago, or the last episode from the letter she wrote for Iris that enabled her reconciliation and the happy ending between Iris and her parents after some back and forth and anger. So I think that, because remember, Violet is hyper competent. She's very, very good at what she does, just not emotions, right? So I think I could kind of see her brain like going hyperactive mode, trying to compare different references. Like, this letter, Prince Damien's letter, from what I heard just now and what I'm feeling, I don't think I feel the same way as the letters I wrote for Lucella or Iris or even other letters she's witnessed before. So I think that's why the camera kind of zoomed in on Violet just now, of her chinning and kind of thinking like, that sounds great. And it checks all the boxes of what a love letter should sound like, what a love letter should come off as. Just like the letter she wrote on behalf of Princess Charlotte, that it was flowery, it was poetic, it was very well written, incorporating the themes of moon and flowers. Beautiful, yes. But did you guys feel the emotion there and the heartstrings? I personally didn't. And yes, I know we are outside of this dimension. I get it, but bear with me here. And I think that's what Violet is going through. Almost this, I'm having this fourth dimension breaking, reality breaking moment where I'm feeling exactly what Violet's feeling. And I think Violet is feeling exactly what I'm feeling, with this lack of emotional expression, but merely the 30% that I talked about. Remember, 70% of communication is nonverbal and 30% is verbal. So I think that 30%, yes, both letters, Princess Charlotte's letter to Prince Damien and Prince Damien's letter to Princess Charlotte, they both check the boxes 100% in terms of that 30%. So 100% of 30%. But I think both Violet and I are wondering the same, that something's missing. Something is not quite right. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with my perspective, or is Violet just daydreaming?
さすがに美麗な文章ですね。
What is the meaning of that? Is she flustered, like she's being shy, embarrassed? Or did she also not feel the love? Oh, she's embarrassed?
いいえ。泣き顔です。姫のことはお妃様のお腹の中にいる頃から存じております。
Tears of frustrations because Charlotte also didn't feel that love. It almost came off like a political letter. Although it is a political arranged marriage, sure. I just had another connection just now. I just saw another similarities. Again, yes, I could be overthinking about it, but come on. You guys came here for my analysis, right? And again, this show is deeply symbolic, just like Free Run. So I think that just another one, I think Charlotte's tears of frustration is, as we just talked about, she's frustrated at the lack of emotional expression. She didn't have this emotional resonance or resonating with the emotions from that letter. And therefore, that letter came off simply as like a political speech. It checked all the boxes of the 30%, but had no nonverbal, this intangible love that I think Princess Charlotte was looking for. Does that remind you of anyone in the past? Violet. What did we learn about Violet's letter when she first went to Academy, or even before she went to Academy? And remember Violet's first encounter with Lucella. Remember what Lucella told Violet after the first letter exchange exercise they did through that Academy? Is Lucella said, Violet, your letter sounds kind of like a report. And when the teacher grabbed the letter and read it out loud, the teacher also said, Violet, this is not a letter. This is a report. That's the initial stage in the pre-evolution and pre-development of Violet's letter writing. And as we've all seen, Violet has come a long, long way. And it's absolutely beautiful to see. But I think the connection my brain with the power of caffeine just made is, I think that's what the letter sounded like to Princess Charlotte. That it wasn't a love letter, but instead a political speech letter. Just like Violet's letter in the beginning was not of an emotional love letter, but of a report. So I think that's another parallelism that I'm noticing here. But I could be right or completely wrong. We shall see.
私が嫁ぎ先のお母様でしたら今のは減点ですね。姫は感情的になるとご自身の立場をお忘れ
And
に
she's
な
a
られる。
child, of course, and she's frustrated. But again, as a royalty, as a princess, you have to be air quote perfect. No personal
そんな
autonomy,
こと言うの
no
私
personality.
は宮廷女官です。
You do what you're told.
シャルロッテ様のものではないのです。
Oof, that's true.
お前は私のものよ
Oh, she's like Charlotte's surrogate mother, or like
母
Who
上の腹
raised
から
her?
私を取り上げて
you snatched me away.
お前が私を育てたのよ
Ah, yeah, sounds like Charlotte's parents, the king and queen, didn't really raise her. To my point, she's nothing but a political tool.
少なくとも私はお前のものだわ
Oh, so much attachment issues. Attachment theory?
何もかも出て行って
She's a child. She feels so lonely and lost,
いいえ、
just like Violet.
そばにおります。
Let it out, that's good. Emotional expression.
シャルロ
Oh,
ッテ
pretty
様
rose.
次の手紙はなんかもうどうでもいいわ
They're just exchanging letters back and forth, but Charlotte doesn't really feel it. But so she's like, I don't really care.
書いておいてどうせあっちもドールが書いてるんだし
Oh,
ダミアンいらっしゃらないわよ
oh.
シャルロッテ様はあちらのお返事に満足されていないようですね
Yeah, because you can't lie about emotions. Emotions transcend all culture and it's universal.
だけお会いしたダミアン様はあんな言葉を使う方ではないの
Oh, Charlotte knows.
ねえ今だけドロッセルの王女をやめてもいいかしら
Oh, of course. Be yourself.
バイオレットあなたも今だけはドールをやめてありのままの姿で
She's going to be
私の話を
honest and vulnerable and open up.
ただ聞いてくれるだけでいいのはい
I am so sorry for stopping this right now. I'll continue, but a quick question for everyone, because I've been wondering and pondering about this question since I first made the connection about auto memory though being similar to ghostwriter, right? Writers who get paid to write books and other things on other people's behalf. They're called ghostwriters, writers like a ghost. This is very interesting because Princess Charlotte just asked a question. It doesn't matter what I write, or it doesn't matter what you write. Write whatever you want. Prince Damien's a very busy person. I bet he's not even reading the letters anyway. I bet he's using another ghostwriter or another auto memory though anyway. And Charlotte is probably right because Charlotte said that I've met him before and he will never use such words. So here's my question to everyone. I would love to hear your thoughts below. What's the ethics and the morals behind auto memory though? And ghostwriters, right? They're usually writing like just books, publications. And I know there are ghostwriters that write memoirs and autobiographies, which is stories about ourselves. And so there is that deceptive elements. That's why they're called ghost writers, writings in secret. And when a lot of famous authors get caught using ghostwriters, it is a huge dent and a huge controversy to their reputations and their businesses, rightfully so. And especially now with the rise of ChatGPT, right, with AI writing, that's become more and more pronounced. But I think auto memory though is much more than just ghostwriting. It's about emotional depiction. I said this before where I do see some similarities with psychotherapists and even some life coaches and auto memory those. They're helping organize the this disorganized and shattered thinking and emotions into this more cohesive and organized way of writing, with the ultimate goal of deepening relationships, expressing emotions and love, which is like such a beautiful vocation. But here, with my question I've had since the beginning and Princess Charlotte's objection, it doesn't matter. It's just another auto memory doll writing back and forth anyway. I'm not even talking to Prince Damien, and he's not even reading my letters. So my question is, what are the ethics? Is there ethical concerns, and is it deceptive and weird to even the very vocation and the career of auto memory doll? Because the people aren't really writing themselves. They're using services. It's been delivered through this arbitrary service, although the emotions are real. It's a very interesting thought. And I wanted to pause this very sentimental moment because I wanted to ask this question to everyone, and I'm genuinely curious to hear your thoughts below. And now let's continue.
私が10歳になる日、ドロッセルでは盛大な宴が開かれ、
Oh God, it's always 10, dude? Oh, even younger.
王族は10歳
Literally a
になれ
baby.
ば、もう結婚の対象
Dude, that's so twisted, dude.
相手会う相手、すべてが
So twisted.
誕生日を祝われてる気が待って、私の気持ちなんてどうでもいい。そう思われてるみたいだった。
Didn't matter how she was treated, right? Political tool. She's nothing but a tool for political marriage, like I said. Prince Damien?
よう、誰も見つけてくれなかったのか?
Oh, he sounds so gentle. Still weird, dude.
泣け泣け。もっと泣いていい。
So this is 4 years ago, so Damien here was at 20 years old?
泣きやみたい。
Since Charlotte is only 10? Dude, 20 and 10. That's literally twice the age apart.
宴で見たとき、なんて小生意気。
Bratty kid. Yeah,
あ
because
んな誕生会最悪だ。
emotional expression and honesty.
当の本人なら泣きた。
The headpad. Free run?
じゃあな。
That was more personable. Yeah, spoke truthfully. The power of honest communication.
だけど私は、
Yeah,
そ
genuine.
の後戦争が
Although
悪化
it's
して
still weird, right?
私の結婚の
Age 24 and 14 or 20 and 10, still very perverse and very weird. But that genuine honesty, it does go a long way.
だから私、目撃となりうる情報を調べ上げたわ。
Was this her idea?
それとなく根回しをして、
What?
その成果はわからない。
Let's go
私、
goosebumps.
この婚姻が嬉しくて仕方ないの。
What?
だけど、
Yo, this is
あの
unexpected.
方はどうなの？
Charlotte helped plot this or influence the decisions, and she actually likes Damien a lot.
お話が合わないかもしれない。だって私なんてただの泣き虫な娘よ。
I mean, you're literally a baby.
ア
That's
ルベル
fine.
タもいない異国でもし嫌われてしまったら。
That's why she's been so stressed because, yes, it's political marriage, but she does like Damien genuinely. What I say? She can't
私
feel
は
it.
あの方の本当の気持ちが知りたいの。
Everyone yearns for that truth, that honesty.
シャルロッテ様、我々自動式人形はお客様にとっての代筆のドール、役割以外の仕事はいたしません。ですからこれからすることは私の出過ぎた行為
Let's go, Violet. Let's go.
CH 郵便車とは無関係だとご承知ください。
何をする気なの？
She
あなたの
clenched her
涙を
fist.
止めて差し上げたい。実は
So
あちらのドー
touching.
ルが書く文章に少し覚えがあります。
Oh, Violet's really blossoming.
する気なのかしら。
Oh, it's amazing. It's that flower again. Is that the national flower for this country?
シャルロッテ・エーベルフレイヤ・ドロッセル様、あの月の夜、 白椿の庭での俺のことを覚えていますか？
あの手紙、手書き。
That's a true letter from Prince Damien.
歴史上初の事態よ。どういうこと？
Violet delivered the message to Prince Damien.
フレッド、
相手方のドールと今後の手紙の協議をしてまいりました。次はあなたが手紙を書いてください。
Violet, you did it.
ダミアン・バルドゥール・フリューゲル様。私、とても腹が立ちました。けれど、あなたが泣いていいと言ってくれた声を、その時の優しさをいつまでも覚えています。
年相応の君が可愛くて笑ったんだ。悪気があったわけじゃない。ごめん。
They're writing real letters exchange.
みんなが望むような性格じゃない。大人の男を期待しないでくれ。どんな子なの？
素敵。本気の恋文みたい。
Oh, people
私は
feel it. See, even the crowd could tell the genuine difference. Genuine, true emotions transcend culture and societal expectations.
妹がいるから泣き虫な女の子は慣れているよ。でも俺も大層なに。
Oh, this is so beautiful. Genuine love, genuine interest.
何言ってんだよ。
男なら俺についてこいだろ。
いいえ。
Do you see how
私はもうすでにあなたに
heat up and emotional crowds are getting? Because it's true emotions. It's not artificial, it's real.
たんだ。
Oh, I'm
手紙
getting
のあなたで
heated
はあ
up
りません。
too.
4年前、私の頭を撫でてくれた結果のあなたです。
たった一度。
そのたった一度をずっと宝石のように大切にしてきたのです。
俺はガサツで女心もわからない。君を置いて狩りに出かけたりすると思う。
So honest. That's good. Yes, disappointment happens in any relationships. It's part of human experience.
もっと素敵な人に出会うと思う。
お言葉ですが、素敵な男性とはどのような方ですか？お顔、お金。
Oh, Charlotte is getting defensive on Damien's behalf. Wow, she really likes him.
です。
Hmm.
上辺だけの人々の中で自分
Oh,
はいい
she's young,
男で
but
はないと
emotionally
おっしゃる
mature.
のは私の知る限り。私も行きます。ドロッセルの王女を舐めないでください。どんな殿方にも嫁げるように教育されています。遠乗りなら私の方が早いわ。
So a quick pause. I do want to talk about emotional development and social learning. So do you see how all of these beautiful developments and this magnificent magnificence, is that a word? This beautiful developments and this progress between Charlotte and Damien is because of what? Honesty, the power of honest communications. And how did that happen? Because Violet, after Charlotte's a beg of her or request of her to take off her identity as an auto memory doll, but be Violet and just listened to Charlotte's venting and her true feelings. After Charlotte said, I'm going to be stop being a princess for a little bit. So this honesty only happened after Charlotte decided to be more real and vulnerable and honest with Violet. And in turn, Violet gifted her the same reciprocity. Man, I don't know, I can't talk today. To reciprocated this honesty, which is beautiful. So what is the relationship between emotional development and social learning? And that's the mirror neuron theory I talked about earlier in the introduction. So mirror neuron theory is a theory, and of course, all psychological theories are theories because they're man-made. So they're not perfect, so please do not worship them like a Bible on the altar. But from my knowledge in mirror neuron theory, it's a theory stating that we as humans, we have these brain neurons and mirror neurons. What that means is we learn what we don't know based on other people's behaviors, through intimacy, through social learning. We learn our social behaviors by watching others. And when we do this observational learning process, that's the definition, observational learning process, our mirror neurons in our brains and our bodies, they replicate and they mimic the behaviors of other people that we like or respect. Case in point, how children instill and learn everything there is from their parents. Because when we're kids, our parents and teachers and authoritative figures are like gods to us as children. So we literally learn everything there is, even the good or the bad habits. It's not children's fault. It's just called social learning. That's the theory behind mirror neuron theory, where our neurons like to mirror each other, especially with those that we like and respect and enjoy. So, and this is why this is very important here. Violet's growth, her emotional development and personal development is exactly through the perspective of a mirror neuron theory or social learning theory, where she's learning about her own emotions or lack thereof, right after that confrontation with Iris in the last episode in the bedroom scene. It's also about Charlotte's willingness to open up about her genuine feelings and vulnerability to Violet in that garden scene, which allowed Violet's mirror neurons and social learning to be activated, and then in turn for Violet to also be honest to Princess Charlotte. And that's why Violet had the audacity to say, hey, my job is to perform my duties, and I might be overstepping my boundaries right now, but I want to do something for you so that you can finally read genuine, authentic, real letter written by Prince Damien. And we obviously saw that's exactly what unfolded beautifully. Honesty invites honesty, and genuine nature invites genuine nature. That's this beautiful social and emotional reciprocity definition right here. And all that is possible because of how humans we learn through a mirror neuron theory or social learning theory. And it's a very powerful thing. And this is the reason why there's hope for everyone. No matter how broken we are, no matter how disconnected we are from our relationships, from ourselves, our emotions, due to emotional suppressions or trauma, no matter how broken and lonely we might feel in this moment, there is hope because of the power of our mirror neurons and the power of our neuroplastic state. We call that neuroplasticity right here. Our brains are so neuroplastic that we can create new neural pathways and new brain pathways that allow us to learn new skill sets, even if we're bad at it now, even if we're not good at it yet. Just like expressing our emotions, learning to connect with one another, deepening our relationships. And it's very powerful, and this shows that we cannot give up hope. If Violet can heal and come in such a long way and develop into this more beautiful and more competent auto memory though, what about the rest of us? We too can heal. We too can reconnect with our disconnected selves. We too can deepening our relationship with ourselves or lack thereof and other people. So there is hope, and I really hope that none of us give up in this lifelong process of healing and growth. This is so, so beautiful. It's an absolute masterpiece and a beautiful episode. It's okay. You're being real, authentic. That's what Damien wants.
そんなことならバイオレットに全て任せておけばよかった。アルベルタも止めてくれればよかったのに。
シャルロッテ様。
お返事です。
Oh, it's gonna be the best reply. It's gonna be
お返
awesome.
事はなんと。
今宵月下の庭園で待つ。
Wow, I just got goosebumps. Wow, like that first interaction. Also, just so I don't pause during this beautiful reunion, just another knowledge that I wanted to share. Do you see how Princess Charlotte is so anxiety ridden? She's so anxious. Oh, I shouldn't have written that letter. He's gonna think I'm such a brat. I should have you written that letter, Violet. Why didn't Alberta stop me? Do you see how anxious she is and how stressed? And I want to talk about honeymoon phase very briefly. Honeymoon phase, generally speaking, it's not a real thing, right? But a lot of people experience honeymoon phase, which is usually the first 3 months of a new relationship period with your significant other. Everything is beautiful. Everything is perfect. Rainbows and sunshine. It literally probably rains like Skittles. Like everything's perfect. They could do you nothing wrong. Everything your significant other does is seemingly perfect. But also, here's what people don't know about. Neurologically, neuroscience has suggested that during your honeymoon phase or the beginning phase of any new relationship or prospect of relationship, like in this case, Princess Charlotte and Damien, your cortisol, which is generally known as a stress hormone. Cortisol has a lot of different purposes. It helps you regulate your sleep cycle, circadian rhythm. You need to be able to go to sleep through cortisol spike. So cortisol has many different functions neurologically. But for this example, it's known as a stress hormone. Do you know in what part of relationship you have the highest level of cortisol spike? Is exactly right. Honeymoon phase. In the very beginning, very inception of any new romantic relationship, we experience the highest level of cortisol spike. Why? Because of the survival mode. Is this relationship going to last long? What if I do something stupid and they get mad at me and we break up? What if they do something stupid and I get mad at them? It's this survival, this high stake situations. We don't know if this relationship's going to last because everything feels so perfect. Everything feels so good. So what if we make a mistake and this perfect thing breaks and shatters? So it's this high survival mode where we don't know. There's so much uncertainty, so much unknown with this such a beautiful beginning stage relationship. And that's the reason why we usually feel the highest level of stress in the beginning of relationship. Anything we do, we triple guess. How many people have quadruple read and show their text to all their best friends before you respond? How many people takes a long time to craft the perfect text message because you don't want to make any mistake? That's cortisol. That's high stress and high anxiety. And that's what Charlotte is experiencing now. So it's very interesting that even shows like this have such a neuroscience underpinning. Was that too nerdy? Or you guys appreciate these information? Comment below.
Oh.
Yo.
返事を持ってきた。俺の未来の花嫁は賢くて
My
気
future
が
bride.
強くて面白い人らしい。いい妃になる。
Aw, happy ending.
結婚しよう。
Again.
シャルロッテ。
Whoa. Official proposal. See, high cortisol. She's so stressed, but now she's like, oh, finally, happy ending. Beautiful, but still fucking perversive. It's weird. Oh, 24 and 14-year-olds, weird shit. But yes, it's. I respect the genuine love, and it is a beautiful scene. Am I being too critical of this historical context?
姫様、
See, honesty is the best policy. Full stop.
ためになってください。
What? She's already ready. Oh.
姫、
私はここよ、アルベルタ。
See, she was already up and ready. Because she's excited.
姫、大人をからかうものではありませんよ。
あら、私だってもう立派な大人だわ。
Aw, her true personality is coming out.
さあ、お支度を、シャルロッテ様。
It must be hard to be the first court lady like Alberta. Man, you're babysitting.
いるのかしら。
もう国を出ている頃でしょう。
Such a beautiful occasion.
お綺麗です。
Evolution since the beginning of this episode because genuine, honest feelings transcend and is the most powerful medicine.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It's beautiful.
バイオレット、あなた私に借りができたわね。ダミアン王子説得するの大変だったんだから。
感謝します。
Oh, she solicits the help of the master auto memory doll, Claudia.
それが借りの代償ということでしょうか。
その通り。
了解しました。
ねえ、今日本当にいい日ね。
Today is a beautiful
そう
day.
思わない？
はい。
I think Claudia also is noticing Violet's evolutions and progress. Again, I might be reading too much into this. There's so much symbolic undertones. Do you think there's any relationship, any symbolism between Claudia's eyes being purple? In other words, violet, the flower violet, and the word violet also means purple, like a light purple, which is the colors of Claudia, or the teacher, right? The number one Miss Dole, and Violet. Obviously, that's her name. And we know that her name was gifted because of Gilbert saw that purple flower, violet flower, after seeing the butterfly scene. Do you think there's any relationship between her eye colors of violet or purpleness and Violet's name, Violet? And do you think why it's like a faithful relationship between the mentor and the mentee? What do you guys think? Am I reading too much into this? Or is there some sort of a hidden symbolism there too? But regardless, it's awesome seeing them getting close to each other. Beautiful.
貴様。
リートフリート、ブーゲンビリア海軍大佐。
Gilbert's brother.
噂には聞いていたが、本当に自動式人形になったんだな。貴様が。俺の仲間を何人も殺した貴様が。
Wait, what? Wait, is that Gilbert's brother?
手紙か？多くの命を奪ったその手で。
Damn. That is Gilbert's brother, right?
人を結ぶ手紙を書くのか。
Oh shit. What a dramatic end to the episode. Yo, next episode is going to be intense. Wow. Anyhow, if you found my analysis and reaction helpful and refreshing, smash that thumbs up and subscribe to catch the next video. And share this never seen insight with your favorite people. Bless them. Sharing is loving. And also, like I announced in last episode, due to popular demand, we will be creating a Patreon page with never seen footages, unedited, early access, and other awesome perks we're thinking about when this channel hits 15,000. We are on the right track to get there, so count your fingers and drum roll. Till next time, peace.